Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. So I've been spending a lot of time on TikTok again, and I am obsessed with the Jelly Look filter. I think it's just so cute. And what I've noticed is that the Jelly Look filter doesn't really change your face that much. Like a little bit, it kind of shrinks it, but most of it is just a makeup look. So it's so nice to just like pull that out when you don't have any makeup on. So yeah, today I will be recreating TikTok's Jelly Look filter in real life with makeup. I've been slacking on my skincare. Things have been running out and I haven't been replacing them, but I just ordered a whole bunch of new products, so I'm really excited to get my skin back on track. If you guys would like to see a haul, then let me know. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep with primer. I'm using the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. I actually just got this, like it just came in today. Couldn't decide if I should go with this one or the illuminating one, but I ended up just picking this one because it said it was pore diffusing. But if I don't like it, I'll probably just exchange it. But today's gonna be the test. Step one is foundation, and I'm using my Rare Beauty foundation. I am a Rare Beauty fan, if that's not obvious already. And then I'm just gonna blend it out with a Depth Beauty blender. The next step is concealer. So I'm gonna conceal under my eyes here, around my mouth, and I think just any other area that I feel like needs a little bit of brightening. And this one is really gonna help to shape your face in a sense, along with contouring. It'll draw more attention to these areas, and when we contour, the dark areas will kind of hide a little bit, so it'll give the subtle face shape change effect, if that makes sense.
No.
And I'm going up with it to just lift my face. I don't normally put concealer around my mouth, but I've been seeing people do this a lot on TikTok, so I'm gonna try it now too and see if I like that. And then just do a little bit on the sides of my nose as well. I have to say that I do like this primer so far. Like, I feel like it works really well with the foundation, and the concealer looks really smooth. I'm not a huge primer girl. I only wear it if I know I'm gonna be wearing makeup for a long time. But yeah, it actually looks pretty nice. I'm gonna put the filter on right now just as a little... I'm gonna put the filter on right now just as a little guideline for myself to follow. What I'm gonna start with is powder. I'm gonna put powder on. I only have this translucent powder, but if you have more of a full coverage powder, I think that would look better with this look. But all I have is translucent powder, so I'm just gonna make it work. Normally I use this like very fluffy brush for my translucent powder, but because this look is so, I don't know, smooth, I'm going to use a little bit more of a dense brush just to kind of pack the powder in a little bit more. And I'm just pressing it into my skin rather than brushing it like I normally would. I'm gonna move on next to my eyebrows, and the eyebrows are very natural and very light. Like, it doesn't even look like there's anything on them, so I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna outline them or anything because I feel like that'll make them way too bold. I'm gonna brush them out a little bit so they look a little bit fluffier. As you can see, I added a little bit of brow pencil and filled in just some empty spaces in my eyebrows, but I didn't outline my eyebrows or try to change the shape in any way because the filter is very natural looking and I want my eyebrows to also be very natural looking. But I am just gonna go ahead and brush them with a little bit of eyebrow gel. Oh, by the way, this eyebrow gel is the one from Merit Beauty. I really like it. If you guys are interested in purchasing anything from Merit Beauty, I will have an affiliate link in the description box. And then the eyelids are also look like really bright and open, so I want to brighten up my eyelids a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a very neutral light color. I'm gonna use the Tartelette in Bloom palette in the shade Flower Child, and then just brush that along my upper eyelid and all the way up to my eyebrow bone just to brighten it because it is just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, and it just brightens up my eyelid area. So now we're gonna move on to the fun stuff, which is actually kind of shaping the face, adding the color on the face, basically the main face changing stuff of the filters. So I'm gonna start with the contour first because I always like to contour before I do blush. It's just how I like it. So if I look at the filter, my nose is not drastically smaller, like it's a little bit smaller. Like, I wish it was always the way it is in that filter, but it's still pretty natural in comparison to my actual nose. So it doesn't look like there's too much contouring. So I think I'm gonna contour along the sides of my nose here and quite a bit of contouring underneath my nose here, and even just like slightly on like the sides of my nostrils as well. I'm also gonna contour slightly here in my cheekbones, but not all the way down. And then it looks like my face is a little bit more pointy at the bottom in the filter. I think, I don't know if it is or if I am just imagining that, but to me it seems like it is. So I'm also gonna contour right here. Okay, so let's start with the nose. I'm just using a powder contour instead of a cream contour because I want it to look a little bit more natural and not as dramatic as a cream contour might look. I'm gonna add a lot of contour to the bottom of my nose. And then I'm just gonna lightly blend the lines out. And then we're gonna move on and do the contour here, just underneath the cheekbone. Just a little bit, not too much. I'm gonna do a little extra just so it shows up on camera because it's just a little bit overexposed on the camera. So I'm gonna add a little bit more color just to show you guys, but in real life, you don't need as much as I'm gonna be doing. So now we're gonna move on to blush. Yesterday I used this cream blush from Merit Beauty in the shade Mood. Once it came on, it just wasn't the right shade as the filter. The filter one is much more lighter pink and just more rosy in a sense. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of powder blush to be safe. Looking at the blush on the filter, it's mostly around here. This area and not so much upward, which is how I normally do my blush. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to contour my cheeks right here and a little bit here in the center of my under eye. So let's do that and then we'll move on. Because there is pink under the eyelids in the filter, I'm going to add pink under my eyelids, but I'm not going to use the blush. I'm going to use the shade B3, this one right here, from the Norvina collection ABH palette. And I'm going to very lightly just brush it along this under eye area. I'm going to start it right with the beginning of my eyelashes all the way up to the outer corner of my eye. And the reason I'm using this instead of blush is because it just has a little bit more pigment. Brushing it up to the outer corner and also blending it into where the blush meets my eye. Give it more of a seamless transition. And then the same thing on the other side. Actually, when I look at the filter, it looks like there's a little bit just like right here as well on the upper outer corner of the eye. So I'm gonna just brush it up there as well. My lips feel really dry, so I'm just gonna put some chapstick on them before we go ahead and start working on them. And while that's soaking in, I'm just gonna move on to my eye area. And then if we look at the filter again, it looks like there's a little bit of a darker shadow above the darker pink under the eyes. So for that, I'm gonna go back to my Tartelette palette and I'm gonna use the color Rebel to just lightly create a shadow along my lower lash line. Like super lightly, you don't need a lot of product. Add some eyeliner, but we're gonna make it look really natural, as if it's just your upper lash line. I need to move the mirror closer for this part. So I'm gonna add liquid eyeliner just along my upper lash line, not all the way to the inner corner, just along the parts of my upper lash line that there is eyelashes, and I'm gonna try to keep it as super thin as possible. Okay, so I've done that just along the outer lash line. It might look a little bit weird at first, but once you put on the eyelashes, they're not even gonna notice the eyeliner. They're just gonna look like it's part of the lash. Okay, so before I move on to eyelashes, I'm gonna do the lips now. And the lips in the filter are very pink and very natural. They just look like they have a little bit of gloss on them. They also look very big and plump. Like, I've seen people joke on TikTok that you can use this filter to see what you would look like with lip filler. And if that's true, I'm here for it. I have literally been considering getting lip filler since seeing this filter. Because I just really like how they look. Okay. To give ourselves that lip filler look, we're gonna have to overline our lip, and it looks like these lips have a little bit of contour on them as well, like above the cupid's bow and right here. So I'm gonna add that, and this contour will really just make the lip pop out of your face a little bit more. Just right here, the middle of your bottom lower lip, and then at your cupid's bow as well, and just around the cupid's bow, like the little heart. It might look a little funny first, but we're gonna overline that area so it'll get covered up anyway. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with a very natural looking lip pencil color. This is Soar from Matte. I'm going to start by just lining along my natural lip line. Okay, so I've outlined my lips along my natural lip line, and now I'm going to overline them slightly on the top, center, and the bottom center. there, and then here.
Wow, they look really big, huh?
Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my entire lip with the same pencil. There's like a dry flake of skin on my lip. That's embarrassing. Look at that. Now we have giant plump lips, and I really want lip filler now because I think this looks really cute. To give it that same shine as the filter, you want to add a clear lip gloss. I don't have a clear lip gloss, so I'm gonna add this light pink one. It's pretty natural looking. It'll give your lips that same shine and make them look, again, bigger, just like the filter. It just got real dark for some reason. Okay, anyways, now we're gonna do the eyelashes. So in the filter, it has eyelashes kind of just on the outer corner, a little bit of a wing. I don't have eyelashes like that, and I don't feel like cutting up a pair of my eyelashes to create that, so I'm going to use the most natural looking eyelashes that I have, and I'm going to try to replicate the look as close to that as possible. So in order to achieve a more similar look to the wing flick look, I'm gonna put on my lashes starting at the outer end of my eyelid. So my left eyelash just did not want to cooperate today, so we're just gonna pretend it's on better than it is. But if you look at my right one, I placed the eyelashes just a little bit further out so that it has more of a winged effect similar to the filter. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara to my lower lash line. Oh my god, you know what I forgot, you guys? I forgot the bronzer. I'm gonna just quickly add a little bit of bronzer now to my face. I should have done this before, but I'm basically just gonna go ahead and add it to all over my face, but mostly in the areas that I've contoured, and this will just give it a more blended and natural look. And then we're gonna finish the look off with some highlighter. You know, I am so stupid. I keep forgetting stuff. I also forgot to add blush on the tip of the nose. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now too. You don't need a lot, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a rosiness and cutesy look. And then we're gonna finish off with a little bit of highlighter. I'm gonna highlight just the tip of my nose right here, bridge of my nose, and along my cheekbones. And that will give you that nice sort of glowy look. And voila, guys. I don't know if you guys can see it all that well, but that is the Jelly Look filter makeup in real life. I think it looks pretty cute. It's definitely not as intense as the filter. The filter does change your face shape slightly, so I can never recreate that unless I get plastic surgery. But I think it still looks really good. It's definitely much more wearable than the filter. It's much more everyday, easy. What do you guys think? If you guys like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and you might as well follow me on TikTok if you want as well. It's GiGi. Same thing on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!